How's it going? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing pretty good. Were you the one that called about? Yeah, awesome. Alright, word. Yeah, sorry. It took me a little bit to get back. I had to kind of scrounge through the storage side of things. But yeah, I found the games that you were looking for. Um, if I'm not mistaken, you said it was mostly like PS3 titles, and then it was like you were looking for that one PS4 game. Okay, cool. No, awesome. So what got you thinking about getting those games? Have you played them in the past or? Oh, okay. Right, like a friend of yours. Yeah, like some nostalgia type stuff. Yeah, here, let me just make sure that I. Okay, yeah, awesome. No, sorry, I was just making sure because sometimes we have there was one of the games I think you requested. I just wanted to make sure it was the right version. But yeah, so I'll make it quick just so you don't have to spend all day here. You kind of know what you're getting into. But I guess let's go over the games you got. So I have a copy of Resistance Fall of Man for the PlayStation 3. What was that? Oh, is it any good? Oh yeah, that's right. You haven't played them. So, Resistance Fall of Man is one of my all-time favorite games. It's the first installment in an alternative history trilogy that it went on from 2006 up until I think 2011, and this was developed by Insomniac Games. You might know them now because they're making Wolverine, but they're known for the Spider-Man games on the PS5. You played? Yeah. But this is definitely a bit of a different kind of game. This is a alternative history, as I was saying, kind of sci-fi horror shooter where, in short, the world doesn't go to World War II. We don't fall into World War II doesn't happen, and instead, an alien race known as the Chimera start to take over the planet, and they start to transform humans into aliens that fight against the human race. And it's this kind of neat blend of like World War II style, like a paint scheme, because you're fighting in this alien occupied Europe, but the tanks and the gear are like World War II-esque, kind of like a Wolfenstein feel, except you're fighting these crazy chimera. And even the back is really ominous. It says, "There is no defense, there is no cure. Each of our casualties just increases their numbers. Russia went dark over a year ago. Europe fell weeks later. The Chimera will reach the other continents within days. It is July 11th, 1951. Amidst the ruins of England, U.S. and British forces take a final stand." This was also known as the PS3 launch title, so you're getting a great game. And if you ever want to play the sequels, come back, because I got the sequels as well, 2 and 3. All of which are phenomenal, in my opinion. I would say 2 is probably the weakest, but not that it's a bad game. It's just compared to 1 and 3. And then also you said that, if I remember, you said you played the remake and you wanted to get the OG of this next one, right? Silent Hill Collection. HD collection, I think it's called. Just a fair warning. This game is notorious, and the reason it's priced so low is because, despite it being a Silent Hill, remaster, or, collection where it was supposed to be kind of fixed up, the port is notorious for being buggy and unpolished and never truly fixed. So just be wary. But you probably already know Silent Hill, but Silent Hill 2 is one of my all-time favorite psychological horror games. And horror game in general. The original just feels really uncanny with how it was sort of outdated. Not outdated, it still holds up, but compared to today's graphics, how it holds up is so crazy. And also there's Silent Hill 3, which I liked Silent Hill 3. It's not my all-time favorite. I'd probably say that I lean on 2 being my favorite, and then 4 is a close second. But I like 3 as well. Are you excited for the Silent Hill 1 remaster? There's not a release date, but it should be coming out. I would think probably 2028, 29. So sometime in between today. At least it's coming, right? Alright. Oh yeah, let me get to that PS4 game you wanted. This is a classic, and I think it's a great pick. Dying Light. I don't think you really need an introduction. You wanted this specifically because you played it before. This is one of my all-time favorite games just to mess around in. I love the nighttime fear factor that comes in with the volatiles, and I really like how if you just want to chill, you can kind of just free roam the game and I don't know, just kind of vibe with the setting. It's a great game. You already know it. I did play 2. 2 is alright, but I didn't like that they got rid of the guns. I thought the guns were kind of a fun part of the game. They added them in a recent update, but then they just came out with, well, not recent, but a year or change ago. And then they just released Dying Light the Beast, which I honestly haven't finished. As much as it brings back the things I like, something this game just kind of hit the mark the best. So, it's a good choice for you. Now, this one is really cool. This has been sitting on the shelf, so surprised that you went and got it, but Dead Space 2 Limited Edition. And that's right. You're so cool, not only did you get the limited edition Dead Space 2, but you also went ahead and got Game of the Year Fallout 3. You got some good taste, man. Now, I'm assuming that you've seen the TV show for 3. Yeah, okay, so I won't really give too much away about Fallout 3. I think it's one of those games that you should just experience, raw. It's one of those games that it's more fun to learn the lore on your own. You don't need a guy like me explaining it. But Dead Space 2, I'll talk about all day. So, if you played the remake, I had a feeling. It's sad that we're not going to get Dead Space 2 remake for probably 5+ years, if even. This is a great game. However, I think a lot of people said this surpasses the first. I would argue the first is a much more gruesome and intense and perfectly crafted horror experience. This game, though, is better at blending those kind of horror action movies, kind of like, I would say, like Predator, and like some of the Alien movies. It's a lot more action oriented and has a lot more kind of speed. But I think it's great. Put that down right there. And then I think the last game you got was, yeah, you got the last one. Sly Cooper collection. Just a classic game. You're getting the first, the second, and the third. So you're getting Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. You're getting Band of Thieves, and you're getting Honor Among Thieves. I love how they open the games up in the second and third. How the first was kind of this linear platformer, this kind of linear, style, and then the second and third really revolutionized and made these games a lot better. We don't talk about the fourth one though. Now this is the most expensive game you got. It's about $35 because it's such a sought after game. Those are some great choices. Thank you again for calling up. It's always good to get business, especially now that PlayStations and Xboxes have shot up the roof in price. The retro stuff is gonna I think, gonna go quickly. So let me just make sure everything's set up for you. And for Dying Light, I gave it to you in the house for the things you bought. So for everything,